has sprung. The blossoms are popping, the birds are tweeting, the sunshine is out, and Country Road has its new season in. Oh my goodness, I went there on the weekend and I nearly fell over. Best season ever. And of course I had to come home with this. I could not resist. Who could? Wow. So this has inspired me to create a trans-seasonal style up. So I'm going to go into spring with these finds, both old and new, and I'm going to keep a little bit of winter hooked in as well. I'm going to keep the boots, I'm going to keep the knits and the fabulous sort of more wintry handbags, just because I'm not quite ready to let go yet. And I want to celebrate these beautiful items. So let's get into it with the first one. This, as I said, is the New Season Country Road. It is the most superb creation. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers. This is a size 10 and Country Road is roomy with their sizing. So this is actually probably a little bit more heavy on the fabric than I would like. I ummed and ahed about an 8, but I wanted to dash out and go and have a coffee with my husband and get home. So I kind of just grabbed the 10 and left. I think it's okay. I would have loved it a little less bulky, but I still think it works, particularly with a heel. I've belted it in tight with a contrasting winter-inspired leopard print belt, and of course I've put a cozy knit over the top and a fabulous sock boot because I'm not quite ready for sandals. I also have a fabulous white earring to brighten the shirt. This is just a Zara shirt. I've just rolled up the sleeve to welcome that warmer weather, but of course I still have that lovely cozy knit over the top. I mean, just look at this fabric. It's like a really soft sort of linen blend. It's got a real weight to it. It's thick and luscious, but it has a gorgeous drape so that it falls heavily, and it's still flippy enough to be, you know, quite slimming on the body, even though there's a lot of fabric in the skirt. It's absolutely divine, and it's a pattern that I will wear forever. It's a classic pattern that, you know, will suit so many different people. It's not too over the top. It's got a softness to it. Speaking of fabulous Country Road patterns, I'm going to show you next an outfit that I have from them that I haven't worn for a while. It's probably about 3 seasons ago, and it's perfect for this style up. This from about 3 years ago, to die for, one of my favourite Country Road pieces ever. It is just the most incredible cut. It's a skirt, just an A-line, but very, very sort of full skirted, falls beautifully, fabulous length, and then the top is actually a wrap. But look at this incredible, I have no words. Whoever designed this was genius. It's a lot of fabric, but because of the cut and the way it falls and the way it's sort of, you know, the skirt rises up high here and meets the blouse, it's slimming. You would think that it would swamp people, but it just doesn't. And look at this exquisite detail on the sleeve, the little cutout there. Really absolutely stunning. The sleeves can be worn down, and I tend to not do that so much because then I do start to feel a little swamped. So I tend to sort of bring it up, and you know, it just gives a better shape, I think. I've left the white boots on because I think they just add that lovely brightness, and I have a textured bag. I think I tried the white, but I think it was just getting a little too matchy-matchy, and I don't want the pattern to sort of pop in certain places. I want it to be fully appreciated for what it is. I think adding too much white makes the white pop out. A little jacket over the top would look great. This new H&M, just a lovely little twill jacket, I think would look superb over the top of this. And maybe with that blue bag, this Zara one just gives an unexpected pop of blue with this outfit that, yeah, I probably wouldn't normally have done. I probably would have gone for like a beigey sort of, or a creamy sort of coat draped over the top, but I'm really loving that blue. And I did want to try it with more blue. Wow, how fabulous is this? This is New Season Zara. It is the most exquisite blue, truly. This is my blue, this is mine, no one else's. But how good does it look with these colours? I mean, this is all the spring colours bundled together except the green, and it really works. I love this. And because there's just so many sort of tones blending here together. I have put the white bag with it to sort of break things up, but isn't that incredible? And it might look fabulous belted. Let's try that. Well, what do you reckon? I think belted in super tight. It's thin enough to belt in as well. And being able to see that pop of fabric as you walk, really fabulous. Ooh, I like this. I like throwing all these colours together. And now I might have to go off breakfast at Tiffany's. And one more idea is to add a polo neck. This is sleeveless so that it fits nicely underneath, and you can still see that pop of skin here, but a long sleeve would also look great. You could still see that sort of stripe of cream underneath would look cool. And I've pulled the sleeves down for extra warmth and changed up the boot to a less bright sort of colour. Loving it. These poplin dresses and skirts are everywhere at the moment. They're going to be so hot this spring and summer. This is from Shein. I'm going to show you the full thing in a minute, but I've layered it up with lots of great ideas. So I've kept that boot on, lovely pop of white with the bag, and then this gorgeous H&M jacket, but I've belted it in with the remnant of winter, with the leopard print belt and also the leopard print scarf. Then underneath, you can see I've kept that soft touch knit on from Zara, and you could actually even do this up so you can't see the top of the dress, or you could have this actually unbelted for a little bit more of a casual look, and you could even have it draped over the shoulder, which you know I love. Here we go. Draped over the shoulder looks lovely too, because you can see the belted in waist, and this belt comes with the dress. It's got gorgeous hardware on it and sort of a tortoiseshell buckle. So there's that idea. Or you could just go the full Monty and have it like this without any kind of covering on the arm. Although I think a long sleeve would look fabulous underneath this, a long sleeve polo. And actually what I think would look spectacular is a black polo and black boots. I think that would look super, super cool. So here it is with a bag. And I also thought that you could add some kind of wintry belt with this. So if I put this leopard print with it, I think that that looks lovely, particularly because the tones tie in with the boot. And now with nothing underneath the dress but that beautiful Zara coat over the top, and I've pushed up those sleeves to give a really sort of, you know, it's getting warmer feel. And because the collar is insane, because it's so malleable, instead of lying it flat, what I've done is I've just popped it and allowed it to drape, so that when you walk it gives a really lovely shape. Again, of course, this could be belted in over the top, so let's try that now. And here it is belted, which also looks great with that lovely little white patch here and the fabulous skirt peeking out from underneath with the boot. Now for a pop of bright lolly pink. This is an ASOS dress that I saw online. It's actually really fine cord, and the colour is insanely beautiful. It's like a lolly pink. And I just had to try it out. I do love it. It's a little tricky to style because there's so much pink going on. So I'm loving this layering look. Zara belt in an ecru and the sock boot again, and a white pop here I think really lifts these bright colours together. And you could of course button this up so you only show the hem, but I kind of like that little peak here. This coat is amazing. It also looks good just drawn in with the actual tie. I think it looks gorgeous without a belt, just as is. It's such a classic shape. All right, and then underneath, I'll just show you the dress. It has ruffles here at the waist, which I was a little worried about because I like to belt things, but it's actually in a good place. It's not high, so it's in a good place to belt. And it is this beautiful fine corduroy, you can see, just the most gorgeous soft fabric, and it actually looks quite sweet on its own, but because of my body type I do like to belt it in, so I'm going to try it for a more sort of luxe look now. Now we have some white, a cape from Zara thrown over the top. I love how it allows that fabulous sleeve to shine through, and you can see I've added a gold belt It's sitting just underneath the ruffle on the bodice, and it actually gives quite a nice shape. I've also tried a sash belt that hides the ruffle, and that looks good too. But I'm loving the freshness of this white over the top with the boot and the bag, and this crazy winter hark back of the leopard. I actually think it works quite well. Without, if you don't want to go so dramatic, without, it also looks really nice, and I think belted in with the gold here would look great as well. So here it is with denim. If you don't want to go so over the top with the white and the leopard print, something a little bit more casual, then I think this works really well with a blue bag. And I think that sort of more tan boot down here would look fantastic with this, or even this olive green boot here from Zara. Look how great that would look with that pink and with the blue. I'm loving this. And now for one of my favorite fabrics on the planet, broderie anglaise. This is from Shein. It is beautiful. It's actually a shirt, so it has sort of like the shirt sort of cut away here. It has a long sleeve that can be pulled up. What I've done is I've belted it in with a tonal belt so that you can't really see it, and I've pulled it down at the back so that the collar is falling all the way to the back for that real relaxed look, and just tightening it in with a belt gives that lovely sort of drape. Looks fabulous with a clutch. At the front I've kept it quite high, and I've just put it with some jeans, and I've cuffed the jeans just above the top of the boot, and it just has a real beautiful movement to it and a lovely spring-like feel, but you're still warm enough with your boots and your jeans. Yeah, underneath I've just put a regular tee on. I've sort of twisted it and tucked it in the front to make it a little more form-fitted. You could wear this as a sort of like a duster, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of that for my body type. I do like it on other people, but I just feel it's just not quite structured enough for me. But yeah, it kind of looks good like this if that's something that you wear well. Now, the other thing that I could do here, of course, is put on this fabulous belt again, just to add a bit more contrast. And I could actually potentially leave it open. Again, I'm not sure if that's good for my body type, but it's something you could play around with for sure. And also a wintry scarf in a really tonal colour like this might end up looking kind of cool in that little gap there, with your fabulous quilted handbag, sweetie darling, and your great boots. Here I wanted to try the shirt as a shirt. So I've just pulled it in, I've knotted it, so you can see it's risen up quite high at the back. I've knotted it so it's just got this lovely sort of flowing effect at the front. If you think that's too much for your tummy, what you could do, of course, is pull it tight and then tie it again at the back. And this is just reaching around to the back, and have it sort of like a fabric-y sort of look belt. I think that looks quite good. But look, it's something you could play around with, and maybe you like that sort of casual look like that. I think with an overbody bag like this, I think it can work quite well and look uber casual, great with a pair of sandals. All right, I think that's enough for this style up. I am going to do more of a spring style up a little bit later, and I will be incorporating those dresses that you just don't want to let go of for winter, including a brand new Zara dress that I have that's so wintry and beautiful, and just making those sort of transition to, warmer, sunnier, blossom poppy weather. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Bye.